Figured this morning I would do some videos exclusively for YouTube. Let's start with poop. The reason we call it Smelly Foot Farm. It's not just our feet that are smelly. Here's the inside of their little coop. We have started just shutting them in that at night because now we have this nifty dog kennel enclosure is the run that the neighbor gave us. So that is terrific. We'll give you a floor level, ground level. Yeah, I see you. That's Uncle P. That is Rooster. Great name, huh? That one in the middle. You can't see her now. That one. Right there. That is Ohiki. She is our only egg layer so far. But they're pretty young. Yeah. Talking to you. Yeah, you. Oh my goodness. I just let them out, so most of them are eating. I put in a feeder that the neighbor gave us, trying to see if they would use it. I think I need to hang it. It might be too low to the ground, but we'll see if they get the hang of it. It'll be kind of cool if they do. I don't know, I just think it's nifty. We figured out that the ones with the ugly combs are roosters. So we've got 3 of the black ones so far that are roosters. If you know anybody that wants a rooster, a bantam rooster that's a silky, let me know. If not, once they get to a certain size, they'll join the freezer camp. We believe this gal right here is a hen, or will be. Bantam pullet right now. And Ohiki has a regular comb. I'd like to get some more. That's actually her breed, is an Ohiki, I believe. I'd like to get some more of them. They're smaller than the silkies. And maybe it's because, you know, they're silky and fluffy. I'm not sure. So I believe we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 hens and 6 roosters. And that's not good. So I would like to incubate their eggs, but they always tell me no. Let's see if I can talk them into it. Well, hello. Huh? What are you doing in there? Huh? I've planted some barley seed. I had some here, and once we put the enclosure and let them out, they decimated it. So they love barley. That'll be the next thing. Planted seed. I say planted, but I put it on top of the soil. And that's how I grew the rest. They're curious birds, so I have to be careful coming out of there. It's kind of fun to be able to spend time with them. We weren't able to in the other one. It's a water that I'm going to hang and try to use. They have one, but we have birds in several places. So I'd like to be able to use the other one in the brooding stall. Here are the quail. They're absolutely crazy. I was told once we started raising quail that I'd be addicted to them, and I'm not. I love my chickens. The quail, they're food, so, you know, it'd be a great way to, if you find a way, it'd be great to find a way to make some money off of them. This out here, I like to close this door behind me, but there's no dogs out right now. That's just sweet pea flowers. Got some more dill growing. I have made, gosh, I've lost count, 52 plus 26. I can't do math in my head, it's too early, but that's how many pickles I've made so far. Nobody has bought many watermelon plants plants, but these are crimson sweet if anybody's interested. If not, they're going to be planted around the tree up there, so we're out of room in the back. Same with the marigolds. I've sold a ton of those, but we do have some left. I need to get a couple of them to my mother. These are Minnesota midget cantaloupe. Like I said, nobody buys them, they're growing up front. These are the same. As you can see, they're flowering, so I've got to get them in. And then we have Inspire, which are regular sized cantaloupe, and they're flowering also. This is going to be a mess to try to untangle. Had some that didn't do so well in the heat, but I'm going to prune them and plant them anyways. This was my garlic harvest. I should have probably left them in there a little longer, but I was too excited. So this will go in my pasta sauce and all my salsas. Pretty excited about that. Hopefully I'll have enough. Those are just extra trays. Hi kids. Extra trays for the rabbit cages. This gate, the hinges need readjusted, so it's a little difficult. We've got our spare rabbit hutch there. We're gonna start rabbits again soon. I'm excited. I'm trying to talk them into sooner. The bottom of these are cracked in a lot of places, so looks like the previous owner was building one by 2 frames, and my thought is put some hardware cloth over those and it should work out just fine. Well, this is my morning walk. My youngest daughter told me I need to make these videos longer, so I apologize if you get really super bored. I have a decrepit wood swing that the 2 oldest grandkids like to use. Isn't that beautiful? Dallas cleared some paths through there. They're actually quite wide paths, and it's amazing. It's amazing back there. So this is our green beans. We have a ground cherry there. It's not doing so great because I keep forgetting it's there, so it doesn't get as much water as everything else. So note to self, water ground cherry. I've tried to plant and tried to plant and tried to plant beans, and finally had some that decided to grow. So that's good. There are 3 different kinds. It's Blue Lake, Contender, and Tender Green. Then we'll see which ones we like the best. So far, I don't discriminate. I like green beans. We did have Kentucky Wonder at the last house. I didn't really care for those. As you can see, pests are a problem. I'm sure a lot of people are going through that. I did leave some garlic in. Let's see if we get some large ones. So I planted a couple romaine lettuces. We don't really need that much at a time. We were planting them for bunnies also. We have bunnies. But they like broccoli leaves, and you know, we've got a crap ton of broccoli leaves left over from harvesting. We're still harvesting side shoots. Dallas has planted some random peppers, you know, get in where you can fit in, right? These are just wild tomato plants. I'll probably pull them, but some of them do have flowers on them, so I'm kind of hesitant. We do have some celery. I'm going to find a way to use it, find a way to be able to preserve it. So that's one thing I need to get done. We also planted some random tomato plants. I don't know what kind they are, but we'll find out when they produce. Again, that's broccoli. Most of it is leaves now. We do have side shoots. Yeah, Huey, I hear you. And then our carrots. I have to look that up too to see when to harvest it. As you can tell, I'm a novice, so this is one that the main head is still on. Let's see how big we can get it before we decide to pull it. As you can see, again, with the pests, it really pisses me off, to be honest with you. Last year we didn't have this problem. I'm just pulling some leaves for the bunnies. They probably only need that big one. I do like to put some things in for the chickens. So far they've eaten absolutely everything. They're a little pensive sometimes, but they end up eating it. It's kind of a boredom buster for them, I think, more than anything. Oh, I think that might be enough. Here's a really big, juicy one. I just got water on my glasses, and I hate that. Peppers, that's kind of a third succession of peppers. We planted a ton more carrots, but we didn't have much luck. So here's the hot peppers are over there. But these are, again, just ones we had left that nobody bought. You can tell it's a jalapeno. But we planted third row, just things that people didn't get. I need to weed in here. It's never ending, never ending. This is okra. So we'll see how successful I am with that. I've never had okra, so I'm not really sure what they taste like, but it's a good way to find out. He also has some in the middle of the aisles, so I have to really watch when I walk through here. But these are, that's California Reaper and Scorpion. You don't need many of those because they're very hardy. That is a Serrano. And then we've got habanero. We planted several of those because we like them, again, with the pests. And again, really pisses me off. So we got baby habaneros. These are cayenne pepper. For people who know me the most, they know I make cayenne pepper powder. My husband absolutely loves it, so you do what you can for your husband. But that's terrible, stunted growth, pests. Nothing, it looks like there's a flower or two. There's a tiny pepper, so we're gonna let it grow. Not really sure what all he planted in accidental locations, but I believe those are serranos. That's what it says on the stick. These are pepperoncinis, and I think he pulled, he's got a random banana pepper in there. But look at that. Banana peppers are very hardy. I'll be making sliced banana pepper rings. So those will be delicious. Kind of excited. Those do not look like pepperoncinis, but you know, whatever. Those look more like them than this does. But that's okay. We're gonna use them. There's your baby banana pepper in there. As you can tell, I'm a little geeked out by my plants. Does that make me a geek? Probably. There's more banana peppers. Like I said, he loves banana peppers. I canned some of them whole for the refrigerator, and he just loves them. So again, you do what you can. These are Cubanelles. I'm not sure you can see them very well. First time planting those, so I'm excited to see what they taste like. They're supposed to be sweet. He pulled some peppers yesterday that he was very excited about because they're purple and yellow. So we'll see what they taste like. I don't know if there's any on there. Again with the pests. Damn it. So there's the purples. He's very happy about the purples. We've got some green ones I love the green peppers. They're great. Stuffed green peppers and stuffed, you know, green pepper soup is delicious. That whole row is jalapeno, and you know, everybody's seen one, so I don't need to look. These were the ones he pulled the yellow ones from. And these are grown in green. But again, bell pepper mix. And the longer you leave, oh, there's the yellow ones. Those are green. There's the yellow ones. Still, the longer you leave them on the vine, the hotter they get for jalapenos, and they start turning red. So we pull some of those too. Look at this. I believe these are cherry tomatoes. These were just random ones that popped up from last year, even though he tilled and did all that stuff. Random peppers. We got onions that did not do well. Look at it. There's a weed and a pepper. So when I weed, I'm going to have to be very careful. And random tomato plants. We planted 230 onions, and not even a quarter of them popped up. So again, successes and failures featured on Smelly Foot YouTube and Facebook page, Smelly Foot Farm. And we have a forge page, Smelly Foot Forge. He forges knives, blades. I mean, it's terrific. He's amazing. Onions. Some of them are doing really well, and some of them are not. He gets a little Roundup crazy. He's forgiven. Yes, Huey, I'm coming. So these are third succession tomatoes. Again, not really sure what kind they are. I know a lot of them are orange peach because we had a ton of them that nobody bought. So I'm not going to let a good plant go to waste. Same with these. He just random put them in. Pest. Damn pests. I tried to take the unhealthy off of this one and see if I could get it to grow, but I'm going to pull it because it looks terrible. Those are black tomatoes. They're coming right along. He did come in here and spray yesterday some neem oil, so we'll see. So I would say we have, you know, 4 black tomato plants. I'm excited to taste and use those. Another diseased one that I believe I'm going to pull. I mean, it's not producing anything, so why leave it in the ground? I'd like to pull some of the suckers right there and try to propagate those, especially for the Romas, because I use a lot of them. I come through here and give them haircuts to try to get them to grow better on the top and airflow at the bottom. Didn't do so well on that one. That's only about 6 inches, and I really like 12 at the bottom. But I need to come through and get the stems off of the ground. So ones that didn't do so well or were pest ridden, we pulled and planted new. And I'll do the same for the others. Again, random, no idea. We'll know when they start producing. This one was pest ridden, and yes, it does look like I butchered it. However, it's got some fantastic new growth on it. You can't really tell with that marigold in the background. Isn't that beautiful? I'm going to start those like in November so I can sell them that size. It'd be great. If I can get people to buy them, that'll be great. These are dark star tomatoes. They're a beefsteak that are somewhat purple, and they're sweeter. So we like to cut them up and put them on biscuits. We have these really short steaks, and I'm going to be pulling those and use them for the peppers. I ordered 6-foot steaks, bamboo, so we can replace those if they haven't grown too tightly around them. So we have a lot of those. I got one leaning tower of tomatoes. A lot of those are dark star. I would say most of them. The first part of this row are regular Roma. Last year we were very successful and got a ton off of each plant. We actually had to end up selling bags of tomatoes, but we've planted far less this year. But then we get to the saucer aromas. They are huge. I've never used them before, so we're gonna see. That was 2 that grew together, but it looks like a butt. I probably shouldn't say that. But they're huge. So we'll see. I mean, look at that. The thing is a big honking thing. I've got a tomato plant in my way. Needs to be staked. I'm trying not to break the stem. Thought I heard a snap. I hope not, because that'll really tick me off at myself. And then we've got beef steak. These steakhouse, porterhouse. This is amazing. It's a huge, huge tomato. We got some really, really big ones. I should have weighed them. I'll weigh them this year. But bigger than my hand. And they were delicious and juicy. I used to hate tomatoes. Seriously. I thought they were disgusting. I'd eat tomato products, but not tomatoes. So, I don't know what happened. Taste changed. I still will not drink coffee. I tell people it tastes like dirty butthole. But no, I do not know what that tastes like. It's just what I imagine it would taste like. So these are sweet potatoes, and they're vining really nice. They're amazing. I've got to water them today. This is russet. That's a tote lid behind it, by the way. Another russet. So when they're ready to harvest, we just turn the tote over and take them out. We've not used this method before, so we'll see how well it does. But last year, our entire potato crop, I said crap, jeez oh Pete, the entire potato crop was eaten by moles. And I thought they were carnivores, but apparently they like potatoes. Really ticked me off. This year it's the pests. I always get ticked off about something. On to the animals.